Hi friends, it's Stephen at Goodie Goodie, and we're still making croissants. It is a 3-day process, and although there are lots of shortcuts out there, it's worth taking the extra time to do it properly. On day 3, we're cutting, shaping, proofing, and baking. Sounds like a lot to do in one day, but it's spaced out and it's actually so enjoyable to do, you won't mind doing it. So here's our dough taken out of the fridge. It was in there overnight. And putting a little flour on it before we start rolling it out. Now we've already done this a few times, but this time you're rolling it out to 40 inches in length. That's kind of the minimum. The one I did was 44, but there we go. It looks pretty imposing, doesn't it? Wowzer. So here I'm cutting the edges off. You don't need to do this. I just like to cut edges off things, I guess. It's kind of satisfying to peel the little strip of dough. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. And here we go on the other side. So what we'll be doing, we're cutting triangles out of this that will then become the croissant shape. So, oh, here we go. Oh, man, I love that. So I'm measuring 5 inches down one side, little 5-inch intervals. That's the large part of the triangle. Then on the other side, we measure over 2.5 inches to kind of find the center point. There we are. That's the point of the first triangle. And then we just measure 5 inches all the way along. And using a ruler and a knife to cut it. If you have a pizza cutter, it works great. But I also like using a knife to do this. There we go. Now if you make fewer slices, you can roll it out less and you'll have thicker dough, which will make larger croissants. See, what I'm doing here is stretching that out a little bit and using the knife to cut a notch at the end, spread that out, kind of splay it out, and then start rolling. And roll it very loosely, you don't want to roll it tightly. And get the point underneath your croissant, press it down a little bit, and bend the two ends in to achieve that classic croissant shape. Now here's our second triangle. And again, so you can see it, my hand's blocking a little bit. Something on the end there, get some extra dough. So stretch it out, cut your notch, spread out the bottom, and then start rolling. I think this is the most satisfying thing I have ever done. Shaping croissants. They are really a pleasure to do. Lovely. So there are 6 on a tray, and that's probably about all you ever want to do. And we're doing an egg wash on there. So that's an egg with a little bit of water mixed in, and trying to just put it on the flat surfaces. They say not to put it on the edges because that's where all the layering is, and you want that to be able to expand. I tend to use too much. Try to use it carefully. And here we're getting the boiling water ready for the proofing. So put that in a pan, and then that pan will go in the bottom of the oven. Here they are proofing away, and it takes 2 to 2.5 hours. I took 3 with these because I wanted them to be puffed up a little bit more. There they are. So jiggly, that's what you're after. Perfect. And now we use the egg wash again before they go in the oven. And when they go in the oven, it'll be at 375 for 15 minutes, then reducing it down to 350 for maybe 10 minutes afterwards. If you want them darker, you can do 15 minutes, but just keep an eye on them. Here they are. Wow, here we go. There's the finished product. This is what you put all that work into. And I have to admit something right now. I keep saying that making croissant is easy. I'm a big liar. It's not easy at all. It's considered one of the hardest things to bake, and if you can do it well, some people will say you've reached the pinnacle of baking. So congratulations if you made it this far. Look at that. Fantastic. Beautiful layers. Well, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, and please like and subscribe.